Finally, finally back. Oh my gosh. You know what? I swear it's almost like I feel like there's dial up or something. But this is not, I don't have dial up. This is not, it's way past dial up. Anyway, thanks. This is part two. If you didn't, hey, Red Violet, thank you. It started getting good. The this one, at least this part one made it to like 3.5 minutes. The last earlier was like 2.5 minutes. So somebody must have been late tuning in so they can just clippity off. But like I said, whoever didn't catch part one, go back and watch part one. But the crowd is not happy anymore. Somebody, they having some mental issues and they know they should have got help. Now they're able to see that they probably should get some help. And this is a shock to them. Now they don't feel it's right for them to do these little things anymore. Now they don't feel so good about themselves anymore. It's like this person is realizing that they're a narcissist. They are realizing that they are a narcissist because they are realizing that they have narcissistic tendencies. Hey, Yvette. Yep. So, mm, what's the message? Yeah, somebody's finally looking at themselves. It's a shock. They thought they was all loving and kind and gentle. No, this person's been like this for a while now, you know? And you know what? And this person had even rejected healing, had rejected getting some help before. Because you know what? It was the family. The family looked down on that. That's why that person never got help. And wait, this person even told that person even told the the empress to get help. hmm And wait, and somebody was thinking very clearly. They were thinking very clearly when they was talking to this person. What's the message? Something about confirmation. Something about some type of email or text message. Not text message, but like maybe email or video or some type of message. And somebody had sent something, but the person looked at it and it was confused because they were still emotionally immature. They still wasn't looking at themselves. They wasn't ready to hear what somebody had to say. But they noticed the pattern in their life that they were starting to fall out with everybody. They were starting to fall out with everybody. And then somebody had to tell them, somebody told them something which made them kind of stop them in their tracks and made them have to look like, wait a minute. Confirmation. Somebody had maybe said something about like this person need to work on their spirituality, get in touch with God, you know? And I think maybe that's what this person is doing, is trying to work on their spirituality because they feel like they need to complete this cycle so that they can start something over, feel brand new, start their life over. Because right now they don't feel good with where they're at. They don't feel good with where they're at all. That's like they're sitting here watching this person that they truly do love, and they know that person loves them, but they know that they did some things that wasn't right. They know say they did some things that didn't help to build up that home. They know they was just thinking about themselves, and that was it. And for them to take, and that was it. I think it was somebody younger than them that had reminded them about, this certain love that you bring, or this certain cohesion that you bring to the table. And now this person, like, they were embarrassed because they ended something. They ended something because they was young and immature and didn't see everything. hmm Now I feel like this person, they want to travel to you with their hat in their hand, with some type of apology, and they know that you don't need them. They know that you never needed them. That you was the one who single handedly helped them, did for them, and they were acting like they did something. They know they didn't do shit except run their motherfucking mouth. Hey, K hyphy 214. See, somebody was trying to big themselves up and make themselves seem like they was so important, like they was part of this plan, whereas they didn't do anything. This person didn't do anything, and they don't have no receipts to show that they did nothing. You know, and they know they didn't do anything. They know that it was you. hmm This is why somebody is receiving karma, because they lied on their position. They lied on your position. They made it seem like they was doing something when they wasn't. They was planning something, but they didn't know that they was about to get blocked. They didn't know they was about to be blocked. They had their two, you had that seven. They didn't know they was about to be spiritually blocked, because that's 9 wands right there. And you was ready. You was ready. That's when that's when people started seeing what was really going on. And they started seeing not just what was really going on, but what somebody else, like wanted somebody else to miss the boat and not see this and that and the other. That's whenever people said, no, no, we not dealing with no more. People stopped coming to this person's defense, their rescue. If they needed some money, they just needed some money. People made a judgment call with this person and told them, we can't do this no more. You're going to have to go get a job. You're going to have to start taking care of yourself. You're going to have to be the leader that you profess to be. And see, this person was in the hole financially, and they just upset because they was thinking that somebody was gonna have their back. But see, somebody bigged them up. They bigged them up. You the man, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. They just didn't know that person who was bigging them up was bigging them up right into a generational curse. That's how big they got it. They bigged them all the way up. Hey, Kiss JG, glad you're back. Hey, J Mike, I'm glad you're back too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. hmm Now somebody feel they stuck or they feel like a fool. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do because they know that they ghosted you. They know they worked against you. They know they tried to cast these little spells against you. And it wasn't until somebody had really noticed something about you, and that's when they started telling that person, what the fuck are you doing? You going against the wrong one. You going against the one who's trying to help you, but yet you going towards the one that's trying to hurt you. This is why this person walked the fuck away from you. You know, just like somebody was like, somebody was sitting here. This person was filling this person's head up with lies about this person. Okay, and somebody else was taking the shit and believing it. It was like their ego. That's what got them all fucked up. It was their ego. It was the fact that they wanted to believe some negative shit about you. Like, who the fuck wants to believe negative shit about somebody? That's when somebody realized they have a problem. That's when somebody realized they're not looking at everything quite right. When they chose to come up against you, when they chose to try and strike against you, when all you did was provide them the truth and comfort and love and everything, that's when somebody knew they have a for real problem. That's what somebody told them. You need to get you some help. That's when somebody realized they was not looking at shit straight. They was like looking at shit distorted. Someone said, you need to get you some help. There's too many. Hey, did I say, hey, Queen J.E., did I see you already? Oh, this. But we'll be like all in part 28 and shit like that. Now, y'all, come back and I appreciate it, but I'll be like, speaking of that, none if I spoke this video or a different part, whatever. What's the message? Anything else in the stack? Yeah, somebody they working on their spiritual side, just like you worked on your spiritual side, and they working on getting their heart chakra. I feel like their crown chakra and their heart chakra. I feel like this person is really working on themselves, really working hard on themselves, kind of like mimicking you, because they made a judgment call. Like this person was decided that they were sick and tired of being fucking sick and tired. Like somebody decided they no longer going to listen to anybody else when it comes to listening to anybody about anything, especially when it comes to somebody lying. Someone finally realized that someone else's lie could ruin their fucking life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now somebody they feel like, they feel like everybody's turned their back on them. And they hoping that, they'll get some help if they really need it. If their money is really funny, they're hoping that somebody will help them one way or the other, you know. But it wasn't until it's like somebody was stuck. They were stuck, and it wasn't until somebody walked away. That's when somebody else said, "You got to look at yourself. What the fuck are you doing?" This is the person who gave you everything that you could ever possibly want within their power. This is somebody who worked hard to make sure that you not only did shit in life, but you got to the next level, whatever level that was. And this is just somebody that you decide that you no longer need because you can't see their value or their worth, because you can't see their value or their worth. And then the person that you put up on the pedestal put you down. That person put you down when you put them up. Now somebody counting and looking at shit, seeing all this shit didn't add up. They falling out with everybody. Their money is all fucking funny and shit like that. That their life has taken a turn for the absolute fucking worst. And when they was with you, someone pointed out when they was with you, their life was completely different. Someone said, listen, they just happened to notice. They just happened to notice that whenever it came to this relationship, somebody in that relationship was doing the absolute worst, was tearing shit down, was making it impossible for somebody to get ahead. Because somebody was sitting here with a slick ass forked tongue, lying, saying they could do this, they could do that, they could do this, they could do that. But somebody didn't realize they was being manipulated and lying, being lied to, and choosing to believe the lie. That is manipulation. Spirit had to step in. Spirit had to step in. Spirit had to step in and even everything out. You know, so I feel like Spirit had to give this motherfucker another chance, another opportunity. Spirit had to let this motherfucker know, you know what? I like you. You stupid, but I like you. I'm gonna give you another chance to get this shit right. Hmm. Yes. And somebody's thinking about that and they thinking they don't got shit to lose. They taking this opportunity because they know they ain't got a pot to fucking piss in. They don't. They got to piss in the river. So they taking this opportunity. They about to travel to you. They about to offer this cup of love. They about to, hey, if need to, they'll put it down. Okay, Sasha's co-signing. They will put it down. They be like just like old times. Mm-hmm. It need to, but if they don't need to, they won't. But they will if you just all you got to do is say the word. You ain't even got to say nothing. All you got to do is just give them the look. You ain't even got to give them the full look. Just glance in their direction. They ready. They ready. What's the message? It is way too many. This girl. Whew. Yeah. Somebody is receiving some bad luck. I'm telling you, somebody is getting some bad ass luck. Because this person said, I'm going to let you know, you done fucked with the wrong one. You done fucked with the earth angel. You made that one cry. So that's why someone said, you know what? I can't even be around you. You got to back all the way up. Because lightning is about to strike your ass, and I don't know in which direction it's coming from. I don't need none of that shit. I don't need none of that shit. Mm-mm. Somebody about to have some bad luck. They like, damn. Yes. And it's because they got in the middle of this relationship. I'm telling you, they didn't realize it at the time what they was doing. They was just trying to do something. They was just trying to be vindictive and do something. They was trying to put a wedge between this relationship. And guess what they did? They put a wedge between this relationship. And now Spirit is getting ready to put a wedge, give them a deeper wedge in the crack of their ass. They about to have a crack and a half. Okay. Yes. Somebody they the target locked and loaded. Spirit said, you want to play? I'm gonna give you something to play with. I'm gonna show you what this play is about. I'm gonna have you say my name. Spirit said, by the time I'm finished with you, you gonna put all that play to the end. You not gonna want to look at a motherfucking stick. If you see a Yuletide on Christmas morning, you're gonna get nervous and change the station. Your ass gonna learn today. Somebody don't feel so confident now. They don't think it's so funny now. They feeling like, you know what, they should have just left you alone. When you said you wanted to be single, they should have just left you alone. They should have left you alone. They should have left you at, because you was doing a fine job with whoever you was giving to and everything else, and everything was on track. You know, everything was on track with this person. And then they know the truth. They know it, but it was a matter of their ego, and they couldn't stand it. That's why they said some bullshit ass lies and changed everything around, changed everything around. And now this person is starting to see it, since this person is facing all of these hard times. It's because when this person followed this motherfucking fool, and they realized it, when you walk the fuck away from them, that's when they woke the fuck up. That's when that spell was broken. They woke up like, oh my god, I just had a nightmare. Spirit said that shit was no nightmare. That's what's going around. It's coming right back around. We was telling you. We was telling you. But somebody didn't want to leave shit. Somebody did not want to leave shit alone. They didn't want to leave it alone. So Spirit stepped in and said, okay, get my Spirit said, go outside, get you a switch and clean it off like I showed you. And don't get no little stick. Don't come up here with no little stick. Don't come to heaven's gates with no little stick. That's what I'm telling you. And clean it off like I showed you last time. Like I showed you right before I beat your ass last time. Clean it off so you can see the green underneath the meat. Okay? Because that's the part that's going to be touching the meat underneath your skin when I'm finished with you. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. We not going to go through this no more. This going to be the last time I'm going to whoop your ass over this one subject. Now we gonna find some other subjects. We gonna find some other shit that you don't see. But for this one, this the last time I'm gonna put an end to some shit right here. Mm-hmm. You act like you don't know who this is now, but you about to know by the time I'm finished. You talk about a light bulb going off, you gonna know who this is. You're gonna be saying first, middle, and last name. And if there's a maiden name, you're gonna be saying that shit too. Social security number, telephone number, work number, everything, email address, everything. And you about to stop all this bullshit ass fighting. You never gonna raise your voice to this person again. You never gonna think about fighting with this person again by the time I'm finished with you. Cause you know you done fucked all the way up. All the way up, all the way down, and all the way around. Your ass is fucked up. You know this person was the truth. You know you should have stuck there with this person. You know you should have had this person's back. You know this shit. That's why I put your ass in the time the fuck out. Mm. What's the message? Mm-hmm. Spirit said you act like you want some peace. You want some healing. Spirit said you acting like you wanted a new beginning. Puh. Spirit said you couldn't even see who I brought here to see for you to see. And you looking at all this other shit that don't even mean shit. This little motherfucking fish in a cup when I'm handing you the cup that you need to be looking at. And you acting like you don't see who this is, like you just all your head all stuck up in your ass. Okay. Okay. Spirit said, huh? And you want all this. Just what you want. This happiness, the stability, to be able to close this cycle. But you was around here walking around here like some little feral child or some feral animal or some shit like that. Acting like you don't know why somebody walked the fuck away from you. Acting like you don't know why somebody ghosted your ass. Acting why you don't like you don't know that somebody else was a motherfucking fool. I'm thinking Spirit said no. Or not at this time. Yep. Because this person, Spirit said they know that's the person that got them fucked up. That's the person that changed everything around. This person was on a trajectory up when they got involved with that person. Everything, because that person had nothing but hidden agendas and motives. Spirit said, everybody tried telling you about this motherfucker. Everybody told you. But you still gonna go there? Spirit said, what the hell is wrong with you? You know? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Spirit said, everybody told you about this person. Everybody told you about them. But yet you sitting here like you keeping secrets, like you doing something. All you doing is hurting yourself. Thinking that you keeping secrets, thinking you holding something back. Everybody told you what this person had up their sleeve for you. Because everybody had seen this person. Everybody but you. See, that's why somebody feel down. Because everybody was telling them, hey, see, you get them people, instead of them sitting, these are the people that have the low self-esteem. Because instead of them sitting there saying, okay, well, wait, let me think about something, because people are saying this, let me sit back, and before I make a final decision, let me listen to what they're saying, and let me think about who's telling me and who's saying what. This is what somebody failed to think about. What they failed to think about, who was telling them? And who was telling them what? But they thinking that they holding back, they holding secrets from that person, when it was that person that was trying to tell them what? The truth. What's the message? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, you know what? When it came to this person was purposely trying to place themselves like in competition. Purposely trying to place themselves like in competition. And I feel like this is why Spirit had to step in and show everybody that this person was nothing but a fool. Nothing but a fool. Now everybody is looking at that person who ain't nothing but a fool. And not only that, but everybody's sitting here looking at somebody that they worked with to even go along with this bullshit. Somebody else who was nothing but a fool. And see, this person didn't think that things was getting ready to turn around or flip switch and Like they was getting ready to get dragged, and if they thought that their name was gonna be so far down the list that nobody was even gonna know, somebody know. In fact, I feel like this person is actually in that Queen of Wands is actually in trouble with the law, like trouble with the law. Could be with somebody's son, over somebody's son. This Queen of Wands broke the law, and now there may be the law is looking for somebody. I'm telling you, the law is looking for somebody to lock them up. But they don't know that this person has left. They don't know that this person is elsewhere. Mm-hmm. Ooh, so they are trying to investigate these two. They're doing an investigation. They're looking for these two. And see, this person thinks that they're safe, that they're somewhere where they're not going to get in trouble or whatever. But that's not what's going to happen, because somebody's going to give them some information, and that's what they're going to need. That's like they're going to get closer and closer and closer, because they're starting to get closer and closer. They're starting to get more information, and they're getting ready to find it all. Mm-hmm. They're getting ready to. It's like somebody. They're getting ready to find somebody's child. Mm-hmm. Because it's like somebody created this whole situation or this picture that seemed like it was something, but it really wasn't. And now, uh, it's like with these two sevens, Spirit is stepping in and bringing up all these unanswered questions and making somebody have to defend themselves with all these unanswered questions. But see, they can't say anything. They have no defense. They have no defense. Mm-hmm. And see, this is something that this person, whoever did this could be like, I'm looking like a grandmotherly type or something like that. Maybe this person was single, you know, uh, and maybe didn't get around so well or something like that. Um, but it's like this person did this on their own accord. This person did this on their own accord because, believe it or not, with that person, this is one of their generational curses. This is one of their generational curses. Hmm. It's like holding back kidnapping somebody's kids. Isn't that something? Causing others heartbreak. Somebody's generational curse is kidnapping somebody else's kids. Somebody else's generational curse is lying on family members and having them look at other family members in like unflattering lights. That's somebody else's generational curse that they're bringing to the table that they need to look at. Come on, cards. Get it together. Oh, so that was the energy. Let's see what else comes out. Bottom of the deck. The world. Somebody's finally completing a cycle. I just heard they found they made a just like no way. It's made a way out of nowhere, something like that. Something like that. Somebody made a way out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. They made a way out of nowhere. And I just heard it was that magical door. Yeah, they put an end to something. They They made a way out of no way. They found that magical door and they put an end to something. Because I feel like this Queen of Pentacles was giving direction on what to do, telling somebody what to do. And they did it, and now this person is celebrating. This person took the advice, now this person is celebrating. And this person plans on going to go get this Queen of Cups because they was able to end some cycle. It's like they needed to find some information or whatever it was that was holding them back or making it so they couldn't excel, and they finally found that shit. And since then they feel like they have found their calling, their gift, their what their purpose is, their life calling, their purpose. And they know that they're not telling anybody. They're not sharing this information with anybody because they know that people will try and stop them. People will lie to them. People will try and do this. People will try and do that. And these are the people that's in their family and their family. So this person has finally started calling on like their ancestors, their spirit guides, you know. And since then, it's like I feel like they started getting justice, or you know uh, maybe they started dealing with their karma and resigning that they there's some things that they have to get right, that but the universe has to balance itself. But this person is willing to deal only with their own karma, and they know that they're going to have to leave this person alone, you know. It's like this person has been is working on something. Maybe it's a plan, to move, to go to a different land, to go somewhere else. This person's been working on something. But whatever it is, they put an end to something. They put an end to this relationship with this King of Pentacles. Because they saw that King of Pentacles was bad business, was dark energy, was trouble, trouble, trouble. And something about this person, I feel like they are trying to get away from this person as fast as they can, because this person just, all they did was create headache, heartache, regret, had them holding on to secrets and losing money and shit, had them thinking that this was the same type of person. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Somebody was bad mouthing somebody, and that person that was doing all that bad mouthing, that person's gonna get karma. The one who purposely tried to create a wedge, oh, that's the one. That's the one. And see, this King of Cups is wised up. Has all of a sudden wised up and decided that instead of them feeling sorry for themselves, instead of them feeling like, oh, woe is me, and not know what to do and everything, they're not going to do all that. They're going to take charge. They're going to listen to everything that this Queen of Swords told them they're going to do, and that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, the Lovers in the Moon. I feel like this person, they have plans to come to this lover. I mean, come back to this relationship. But once again, they need to get counseling or some type of help to, help them get over whatever they went through. hmm I feel like people are sitting here trying to look for this person, trying to get in touch with this person, trying to contact this person because they trying to get suck this person back in. But this person knows it, so that's why they not doing nothing. They just trying to they not doing anything. They just trying to concentrate on what they doing, and that's it, and just be very quiet. They're trying to be very quiet. They're trying to leave a very soft footprint. Yeah, because they know that those people, that coven, that they're purposely sending these attacks to this purpose to this person. But I feel like this person, they know that return to sender times 10, and it's going right back to them. Yes. And and these people are shocked because this person is still walking away. These people are like shocked, like damn, because they know this person, they're not able to stop, they're not able to stop these two people from not coming together because these people are coming together. Spirit said no. Spirit, like I said, spirit got in control. Spirit is guiding these two. Everything is balancing itself out. Everything is being balanced. This person is now able to see the beauty within this person, this woman, the value, everything else. And I feel like this actually makes this King of Wands very happy, you know, because the King of Wands like knows both of them, but doesn't really know everything that happened. They just know something happened. They just know, yeah, that there was some discourse, and whoever said they needed to, whatever it was justified. It was justified. It was justified that somebody said, I'm done with this bullshit. Like, I'm willing to leave this whole family. I'm willing to just be me or whatever. It was justified because somebody needed to heal from somebody being attacked, from the star being constantly attacked because somebody was in their ego. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else, Spirit? Yeah. Now that this person's thinking about all the confusion, all the chaos, all the arguing, all the fussing, all the fighting, and like I said, they know it's justified that you took your space, that you said, I'm good. Fuck off with that shit. You know? Like you supposed to stick around, you know? Even Spirit said, this shit is bad news. Bounce, baby, bounce. He was like, I'm done. I'm done. Even Spirit was like, no, this is not, this ain't no. Mm-mm. No, that's not what you deserve. At that point, somebody was trying to be a hidden enemy to you, and you were so loving. Mm-mm. Oh, really, J Mike? I'm gonna do a private with you, okay? I'll just send you the link. Yeah, something about yeah, but see, this came in upside down when the red fell. Yeah, something like this. This family spirit was like, no, this ain't no celebration. This ain't no family. This ain't no group. Like, no, That's why you walked away from this relationship. And you said until somebody else get help, you good. You good. Until they get help, you good. So anything else? Yep. And you know what? I feel like you're gonna get your flowers. I really do. I feel like after all this time, it took somebody having to really look at things closely, really closely, and have get some real honest communication, and look at everything, the truth. I feel like you're gonna get your flowers. Somebody they doing some work on them. They having to go back into time and figure some shit out, but they doing some work on themselves. So, but y'all, I'm gonna leave it right there. And J Mike, I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna email you. Well, on my phone. However, I email on my phone. But let me email you in just a second, okay? Hey, Roland, how are you? All right, okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Red Violets. Mm, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna email you, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. I love you all. I will see you in the morning. And everybody have a good evening. And let's pray for each other. Bye now.